All right, so in the last lesson, we were talking about quadratic graphs, and we used a table to graph a function. In this section, we're going to continue with, they're called quadratic functions, which, just remember, function means any equation where the input has exactly one output. So for every x, there's exactly one y. So with quadratic functions, this video is going to focus on what are some other methods to graphing so that it is not the same or easier. It is easier than always using a table. So kind of equate this to like when we had, we went from graphing linear equations using a table to then using slope-intercept form. That's where we are on this. So consider the following graphs. We have y equals 2x squared plus 2x, y equals 2x squared plus 4x, and y equals 2x squared plus 6x. Notice that the a is the same, right? For all three of these. Oh, there it is. I couldn't see my little dot. A is the same, right? So technically they're not getting any wider. Some of it looks wider just because of where the graph is, but if we were to place them all at the same vertex, they would all be the same graph. But notice that our vertex moved, right? So here we have our axis of symmetry. So if we notice our axis of symmetry, our vertex, so axis of symmetry and vertex move when B changes. Okay? So when my B was a 2x, we are clear up here. When my B is that 4, we've come down. We've gone over and down, right? And when my B is that 6, we've gone over even more and down quite a bit, right? And so our axis of symmetry, this blue line, blue dashed line, and the x equals -1, x equals a -3/2, etc., that is our axis of symmetry. As we continue looking, right, notice that if we do B divided by A, right, for each of these, we would have 2 divided by 2, which equals 1, 4 divided by 2, which equals 2, and 6 divided by 2, which equals 3. And when we do that, and we have this 1, 2, and 3, but if we look at our axis of symmetry, so these axes of symmetries, we have x equals a -1/2, right? We have here x equals a -1, but that's the same as a -2/2. And with this axis of symmetry, we have a -3/2, right? So if I take B and divide by A, that gives me my numerator, 1, my 2, my 3, right? And then just notice that all of them are the opposite. We went from a +1, a +2, +3 to a -1/2, -1, -3/2. We're going to talk more about that in the next slide. So just a reminder, axis of symmetry is that line that goes through the middle of the parabola located at the vertex, right? The line that goes through the vertex. And the way we find the axis of symmetry, the equation for axis of symmetry is that. Now remember, this is a line, so you have to have the x equals. X equals, and you can write it one of two ways, a -1/2 times our B over our A. or write that as negative b. I call it opposite b because whatever my b is, I'm going to make it the opposite. If my b is negative, I'm making it positive. If my b is positive, I'm making it negative. So opposite b over 2a, right? So again, I just write it as x equals negative b over 2a. But this is how we got there, right? B over a. I took my b value, put it over my a value. I got those numbers, and then I took them times 1/2. 1 times 1/2, or negative 1/2. 1 times the negative 1/2, negative 1/2. 2 times the negative 1/2, negative 1, right? So that's how they saw that pattern, and they're like, oh, well, then we can create this equation. Now, that is also, because remember, it goes through, axis of symmetry goes through the vertex. So the x-coordinate of the vertex is also opposite b over 2a. So when you figure that out, opposite b over 2a, you have not only you've found two things, the axis of symmetry and the x-coordinate of your vertex. And then we also have a minimum and maximum and minimum value, and that is the y value of the vertex. And remember yesterday, if a is less than 0, which are our negatives, then it's a max value. And if a is greater than 0, positive, it is a min value. And we talked about that. Negative a, sad face, because it opens down. Maximum problems, that's why we're sad. Positive a means happy face. We're looking up, right? Happy face, and we are happy because we have minimum problems. So that's one way to remember it. These next couples should go pretty quickly. We want to find the axis of symmetry, so AOS, the vertex, and a min-max value. Min or max value. Okay, so this is how this works. I always give myself, what is my A, B, and C, right? So A is 2. B is 0. There is no B here. And C is 3. So when I do my axis of symmetry, I'm going to plug in opposite of B, right? Opposite B over 2A. Well, opposite of B is 0. So I have 0 over 2 times 2. Doesn't matter that this is 4. I mean, we can write it 0 over 4. But 0 divided by anything is 0. So my answer is, for axis of symmetry, x equals 0. And it has to have the x because we've got to write that equation. Vertex, I'm going to take that 0 and plug it back in. So I know my x value of the vertex, right? It's 0. I've got to find my y value. So y would equal 2 times 0 squared plus 3, which is 0 plus 3, which equals 3. So I've got the vertex of 0, 3. Again, this goes here and there, both places. My min-max value, that's the y value. Because it's positive, right? Positive, we know that we have a minimum. And my minimum is at 3. I just go to the y value of the vertex, and that's it. So really, we're just finding vertices, and it's giving us 3 answers. So last one like this. I know we have a couple more examples. We'll put them on the next video because we'll be taking this and then graphing it. So again, I start with my A, B, and C. My A is a negative 3. My B is 12, and my C is 1. So I'm going to start with negative or opposite B over 2A. Opposite of B is a negative 12. So we have negative 12 over 2 times negative 3. So we've got negative 12 over negative 6, which equals 2. So my axis of symmetry is going to be x equals 2. My vertex is going to have an x value of 2. That's the first thing. Now I got to find my y value. So I'm going to take y equals a negative 3 times 2 squared plus 12 times 2 plus 1. So I have a negative 3 times 4 plus 24 plus 1. I've got a negative 12 plus 24 plus 1. This gives me 12. Negative 12 plus 24 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. So my y value of the vertex is 13 because when x is 2, my y is 13. And then because a is negative, right? A is negative, we are going to have a max value at, and then my y is 13. So 13, or y equals 13. And that is it. That's how you do these. So when it's asking for axis of symmetry, vertex, and maximum or minimum, we're doing opposite b over 2a, taking that x value. That goes for both our axis of symmetry and vertex. Taking that x value, though, plugging it back into the equation to find y. That gives me my completed vertex. Axis of symmetry, make sure you have your x equals with it so that it's an equation of a line. And then your max or min, remember, positive a value is a minimum, negative a value is a maximum. And that is it for this video. I'll see you in the next.